The present perfect tense is one of the most difficult tenses for people to understand, and especially knowing when to use the present perfect and when to use the past simple tense. And what's the difference? Last week we looked at irregular verbs, the pronunciation of some irregular verbs. And this is a really good time for you to study those irregular verbs because you need them when you're talking in the past with the past simple and when you're talking in the present perfect. That's when you need your past participles. Okay? So, first of all, there are 4 rules to think about when comparing the past simple and the present perfect. Today, we're going to look at 2 of those rules. And the first rule is about life experiences. What have you done in your life? We're not talking about a specific occasion in the past, but we're talking in general. What have you done in your life? For example, I have been to Spain 3 times so far in my life. Now, I'm not talking about a specific occasion in the past, but I'm talking in general. So far, up until now, I have been to Spain 3 times. If I want to talk about a specific moment in the past, then I use the past simple. I went to Spain last year, for example. Another example, I have seen the movie Titanic many times. I have seen the movie Titanic many times. So first of all, I use the past participle, which is seen. Of course, the verb is to see. In the past is saw, and the past participle is seen. I have seen the movie Titanic many times. So I use this because I'm not talking about a specific time when I saw this movie, but in general, I have seen. If I want to use a specific example, then I would use the past. I saw this movie when I was 10 years old, for example. The second rule is similar. It's got a connection to the first rule. When I talk in the past, often I use what's called a finished time word, like yesterday. Now, yesterday is finished because there is no connection to now, to today. Yesterday finished. So I use the past simple with these finished time words. For example, I went to the beach yesterday. So I use went because yesterday's gone. Or another example of a finished time word, last week. I saw my best friend last week. Say last month, last year, on Friday. If that's in the past, then you use the past simple. There's also unfinished time words. For example, today. Because today isn't finished yet. It continues for a few more hours. So I could say, I have eaten so much food today. I use the present perfect tense because today continues for a few more hours. Another example of an unfinished time word is this week. If this week has got a few more days to go, then I will say, I have done so much work this week, and there's still time for me to do some more work. Whereas if I use a finished time word like last week, then I would say, I did. I use the past simple. I did a lot of work last week. So just to recap, the first rule is about life experiences. In talking in general, I have done this in my life. I have been to this place in my life. If you want to talk about a specific occasion, you use the past simple. I did this. I went there. I saw this place. And then there's the unfinished time words where we use the present perfect, like today, for example. I have done this today. And we use the past simple for finished time words. Yesterday, I saw a brilliant film at the cinema. So those are the first 2 rules to remember when comparing the present perfect and the past simple. And next week, we'll look at the next 2 rules.